Hello and welcome to Two Hopes Garage. Thank you very much for joining us. My name's Jace and I hope you've had a peaceful and happy Christmas. In this video we will be removing the Mercedes W126 guide rod, mount, ball joint and bushings. Now, in this video you will see how not to take that guide rod mount off the vehicle, i.e. using an impact gun. I would like to say that I planned this video to show you how not to do the job. However, that's not what happened. I was merrily using my impact gun that day. I knew the nut plates and the guide rod mount were not up to an impact gun, but I carried on my own merry way and gave them a zap, and you can look to see how that one ends up. If you watch nothing else in this video, skip to it's all chaptered. Have a wee skip across to that and you'll see how things can go wrong on that. But please judge me by my successes, not by my failures. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Thank you to all the new subscribers for joining us. Welcome aboard. It's amazing here. Stick with us. They'll get better, these videos, honest. And there's loads of other stuff coming up. So, thank you very much. And thanks to the old subscribers for sticking with us. So anyway, enough of me standing here talking a lot of nonsense. Let's get into Mercedes guide rod mount removals. Cheers.
So I think for the next trick, we'll take the lower guide rod mount off the vehicle. The brace between the two sides has already been removed. There's the 3 bolts there. We will wheak these 2 bolts out on the mount, but first of all we'll take ourselves over to the lower control arm and disconnect it from there. So yeah, let's go over there. So we're at the lower control arm where the guide rod connects onto the lower control arm. I believe we've got 19 up here on the bolt head's a 19, underneath the nut is a 19 as well. We'll wheak that off with the windy, hopefully. It's a bit rusty. I've always been taught to undo the nut rather than the bolt. However, let's not let a wee bit of YouTube filming get in the way of some bad trade practices. So yeah, we'll have a wee blap with the windy, see if that moves it. Whoa, there we go. Something moved. That was a surprise. There we go. That's a whole load of rust released from its resting place. The bolt actually looks to be in really good nick. So a wee bit of tapping and hopefully a wee bit of levering. We might get this thing out. There we go. Mind the arms. Are we on the move? I think we're on the move. There she blows. So so there we are. That's the bush. There's another one on the bottom to come out. I'll give that a wee hit. And there's the metal portion from the bottom, and I believe the rubber bit is still in there. And the lower rubber bushing from the bottom. That may be slightly past its prime, but that's okay. The inside's got a little bit of corrosion. So there's the inside. You could possibly do it with a bit of cleaning up. Yeah, we've got a bit of corrosion in there. We'll clean it up, see how it looks. Now that we've disconnected it at the lower control arm, let's see if we can zip this off. Oh. Well, that went remarkably well. Aye, that's the one that's been getting lubed up for the last few years though. So excuse the hands in this one. Just grab a wee hold of it. Whoops. Oh, that didn't sound so good. So, what has happened, you probably see in there, there's the one that came out nice. There is the one that came out nice and easily. All lubed up, not rusted. And with the little anchor nut plate intact. This one has had a bit of rust and anchor nut plate. Let's see if we can get his focus in there. Not in such a good shape, so I need to try and get a hold of that and take it out a bit more easily. I was maybe too hasty with the impact on that one. So, oops. So yeah, I'll have a dig about and we'll see what we can do with that. So here's what's going on over here now. After the brief moment of insanity / foolishness, where if I'd have stopped and thought for perhaps, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds and hadn't used the impact, which I knew ultimately would end in disaster, we've got the nut plate in there, which you can just see, and that has had a bit of drilling going on, and I think enough tension's been released in that now that it's going to allow me to unscrew that. If I get a grip of that with some needle nose pliers and yeah, hold that in place while unscrewing it, I think this should come out. I've got a bit of speed tape on there to try and protect it. As you can see, there's a wee nick in the right hand side if I were to yeah, adjust some drilling. We'll leave it at that. So we'll get the spanner and stuff on it and see what we can do. So here's what I'm hoping the path to success is going to be. Yeah, I've got some needle-nosed mollies on the nut plate. And they are going through the drillings. Let's see if we can tilt this down a wee bit. Then they're holding it in place, hopefully. Let's try that again. So I'm getting needle-nosed mollies. Trying to hold the nut plate. Reasonably unsuccessfully at the moment. Let's try that one. Oh, I'm tempted to say we're verging on some success here. I don't think I'll be recovering the bolt from this though, but never mind. We can sort out that nearer the time. We'll burn that bridge when we come to it. I appreciate this probably isn't the best angle. Bobby Dazzler, I think. Over it. There we are. There's the nut plate. What's left of it. Let's have a look at our bolt. It's maybe slightly damaged. might be in some danger of having a moderate degree of success here for a change on the Mercedes. So, last bolt to take out. There we go. There we are. One guide rod mount out. Right, I think what we'll do now, we'll get this tie bar off the guide rod bushing. So we've got approximately 2 threads showing there for future purposes. I'll chuck a rule on there as well. And this is just a very approximate measurement, obviously. I'm going to go with 40mm. So approximately 40mm or 2 threads. So we know roughly where that's to go back for alignment purposes when we put it together again. So I've had a wee bit of cryoil seeping into these, so hopefully they shouldn't be too problematic. And we'll get this loosened off and squeeze our spanners together. Excuse the hands. Jeez, oh. There we go. And we're not looking at removing this completely, just loosening it off for any clamping action. I'm going to put a wee bit more cryoil in here. Already had some and some cleaner. Let's see if we can get this off. So I think what I'm going to do, let's move this up. I think we'll put an ice pick through here and turn it. Aye, so we'll get one of these bad boys in through here. Yeah, we'll need to hold that steady. What are we? Oh, no we don't. That's coming straight off. Don't even need the ice pick. Let's tilt you down a bit further there. There we go. As easy as pie. Oh no. Spoke too soon. It's a big old thread, isn't it? Goodness me. They were taking no chances with that one. It's got to be running out soon. Surely. Don't call me Shirley. Good grief. There we go. So there's our tie bar off our guide rod bushing. The next thing is we'll pop this bad boy off. Now, unfortunately, I do not have. This is an 8mm Allen key here and a 17mm nut. Looking through my repertoire of impact Allen keys, I do not have an 8mm. So we're on the manual this time rather than the windy. So we'll see how we go. Right, let's take a different tact here. Let's go for holding this steady, and we'll use the 17mm impact socket. There you go. How easy is that? This one to do here. Get our 8mm in there, 17mm on there, and give it a wee zap. Jeez. That's a tougher one. Not with that one. See a bit of corrosion on there, which is why that's been tougher. That'll be your CAD corrosion. Don't be licking that off. So unfortunately, the Allen bolts I'm going to need to do by hand. Note to self, I need to get impact Allen bolts. Let's give that a gentle tap. Give it a bit of a shock. There's one. That one. Last, but by no means least, let's do this one here. Get it in, we'll give it a hit. There we go. There's that out. There we go. So it's on its way, this corner is on its way out. And I'll see if we can get another hit or two on there. So you can see it's starting to come out. A wee bit reluctant to do the levering. However, needs must. Oopsie, excuse me. That's the end off with our little rubber bumper. There's what looks to be the original Mercedes item in there. Looking in not terrible nick, if I'm honest. We'll pop that out if we can. One 16mm drift, bit lengthy. I'll give it a schwack or two with that. See how that goes. There we go. So, get a wee bit of WD-40 silicone soaking in there. There we go. So, one guide rod mount bushing removed. There's that. And I'll have a wee look in the casting. Not looking amazing, but yeah. Hopefully it'll clean up okay. A wee bit of dissimilar metal corrosion on the go in there. But we'll get it prepped for the new one to go in. Here's the kit that I bought to use for this job amongst others. It's cheap as chips and hopefully it'll be decent. How much of that can you see? So it is allegedly, and I'll explain allegedly perhaps in a review video, the Orion Motortech Universal Bearing and Bush Press and Pull Sleeve Kit. So this kit comes with 5 bars and a load of receiver cups and pushers, I guess. The threaded bars vary from M10 right up to, I think is it M18? Could be M18. M10 to M18. Each one of them has a nut with a couple of washers and a bearing on it. So yeah, I figure I'll use this a few times on this car and hopefully on others as well. So for the money that it cost, I think it was 52 quid or something. I'll put the price up here
It was cheap as chips. So we'll see how we go with this. It seems okay. Yeah, it looks reasonably good. The stuff's heavy. If heavy is indeed any measure of quality, it seems quite robust. We'll put it that way. So aye, we'll see how we go. So here's the winning combo right here. We've got what have we got? 85, 75 and a 68, 58. I'm guessing that's a 68 and that's the 85. 85 doing the receiving and the smaller one doing the pushing. So I've got I think it's the M10. It might be the M12. And this is just pushing the bearing out lovely. I had concerns that on this, with it just being the edge that's pushing it in, it would deform it and not push it too well, as opposed to if it had the entire sort of flat surface pushing it in. That doesn't seem to have been a problem. Yeah, through this cutout in the sleeve, you can actually watch the progress of the bushing going in. So it's all going grand, and I'm absolutely delighted with the tool so far. What I have done is greased the threaded bar up, obviously. Keep things progressing nicely. I've not had to put any lube down in here. I guess if I had put some in, it might be moving a bit more easily. But to be honest, it's not giving any issues at all. So it's feeling like we're just about hitting the bottom now. You see it's actually slightly off centre, a little bit more to here than it is to there. But it doesn't seem to have been a massive issue. Oh, we're looking grand. That appears to be it. You can see the... yeah, that'll do. You can see there that the receiver cup is actually out now. It's getting pushed away. So, let's slacken it all off. That's us out. Fantastic. There we go. So let's get our bar off. So this here is like a single item almost. You've got your 21mm nut on the end, a couple of flat washers, captive with a bearing in between. Fantastic. Clean as you like, that job. So this is, there you go, this is coming off okay. The edge has sort of impacted itself in on the bushing. However, I'm sure we'll get that off without too much hassle, says he. So there we go, that's that one. That's surprisingly easy. I'm quite delighted with that. The inside doesn't look too bad for 34 years old. We'll give that a wee clean up. We'll give these a buff up. There's a couple of wee scratches where the scalpel, in fact it's not bad. Yeah, we'll give it a clean up anyway. We'll get the next one out. So there's been a wee change of plan here. We've gone to the smaller pusher. It seems to be reacting a little bit better and not pushing it down quite so unevenly. I think it's because there's a central core in there. It's offering it a wee bit more support, and it's just pushing that a wee bit nicer. I've got some silicone on the go there, and some silicone spray on the go up here, just to let that rubber move into the receiver cup that wee bit easier. So we'll see how we go. I've done a wee bit of test and adjust. Sleeves have moved a wee bit as well, just so we can see them from up top. And yeah, recentered everything. I'll have a wee crack at that. So I'm not sure if you can see, but this pusher cup is just sitting that little bit nicer. A little bit of silicone. Let the rubber move into that cup a wee bit more easily. Hopefully you can see there, the bush is coming into that sleeve quite nicely now. A wee bit uneven, but we'll live with that for the moment. I'd say we're just about there. There we go. There we go. Looks okay. You can see a bit of filiform corrosion there. But we'll get that cleaned up. We'll get it all cleaned up, sprayed up, and ready for the new bushes. Next question. Can we get this old bush out of here? There we go. Awesome. One guide rod mount ready for a bit of a refurb. So that's the guide rod mount off and the bushings out. Don't be like me. Don't take that thing off with an impact. Go slow and steady, get it oiled up, nice breaker bar, and you should be grand. Do not use an impact. So next video, I'm hoping the ball joint will be in there, it'll be all nicely sprayed up, and we'll get the new bushings installed, and it'll be grand. So we'll do another Mercedes video up here and something equally amazing down there. So for more exciting content on any one of the four vehicles, I don't know what it's going to be next either. So it'll be much surprise to me as it is to you. Tune in again. Thanks very much. Cheers. Goodbye.